what's up YouTube? I am about to review brand new album from Chelsea Wolfe called Abyss. Now, I've only heard her last two recent albums, Pain is Beauty and Apocalypse? Something like that. I've only heard those two, but oh my god, I just recently dived into those two albums, and I'm telling you right now, it's kind of weird because I every time I've listened to those two albums, I've like been asleep or fallen asleep, but they're just incredible. Oh my god, they're like her vocals, like I mean, I am like just obsessed with her voice. Like she kind of has like a Bjork sort of or influence to her voice I like a lot. Her music is very experimental, droney, kind of like gothic folk music with some electronic flavors in there. More so with Pain is Beauty, there's definitely more of an emphasis on certain electronic like beats in there as opposed to her 2011 album. Yeah, I'm ready to dive in. I mean, she is fantastic. If you haven't heard anything about her, I would suggest those two albums. The first three songs on Pain is Beauty, like particularly Feral Love. Oh my god, just like Feral Love, like just listening to her music, it's just like I just feel like I'm at some strange church sermon and I'm feeling the Holy Spirit when I'm listening to her music. Like when I'm listening to her music, I'm just like, yes. But anyway, let's get on to the first track on this album. If you're not used to my method of album reviews, I'm going to listen to each track individually, kind of give bite-sized insights to each track, and then at the very end I'm going to sum up my thoughts of the overall album. So here we go. Oh my god, I think I'm in love. Alright, so the first track just ended, Karen Flowers or whatever, which refers to some kind of flowers that emanate an odor that smells like rotting flesh. This track was all kinds of fan-fucking-tastic. It just opens with this just grimy, just monstrous sounding sub-bass sounds and this huge, beautifully pounding beat that bum 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 bum. It gets to the part in the chorus where she's like, hold, you know, she's saying the word hold. This track is phenomenal. Like I feel like I like in my mind, it's like I'm imagining the White Walkers, the Whites, whatever they're called. I think they're just called the Whites. Like I just imagine the Whites like breaking up to the ground in winter during Game of Thrones. But anyway, huge track. Whoa. Holy shit, that was heavy. Alright, so track number 2, Iron Moon, just ended. By the way, the lyrics were she's like, I go to him and pass her dreams, in bed, awake with shadow beings. Is she referring to sleep paralysis? Because I'm really big into lucid dreaming. So yeah, it sounded like she was alluding to sleep paralysis. I have a cousin who he gets that shit really bad. But anyway, this song is fucking heavy, you know what I'm saying? Just seeped in beautiful darkness. I know that Chelsea said that this song was inspired by a Chinese factory worker who committed suicide but was a poet, or at least he the person did poetry. And just heavy. So track number 3, Dragged Out, just ended. The opening to this is so fucking creepy, and I love just the intense guitar riffs, and oh my god, I'm becoming obsessed with this woman. Fuck, I mean, just the instrumentals are fucking tough as shit. They're great production. It's kind of like, it reminds me of Crystal Castles, but with like production on steroids compared to Crystal Castle's older work. And I just love, I'm loving this album so far. Like if there were actually vampires, they would be fucking jamming out to this shit. Track number 4, Ma. just ended, and another great track, nowhere near as gorgeous as the previous, three. Or the first two tracks are definitely my favorite at the current time, but I liked it quite a bit. She keeps saying, "Where are you?" I'm right here, Chelsea. I'm right here. All right. So track number 5, "Gray Days," just ended, and another great track. I loved her poetry. It's fascinating. It's so ambiguous in really fascinating ways. And it's like the kind of lyrics that you can listen to it again and again and see different interpretations. But I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? Shite. All right, so track number 6. "After the Fall" just ended. Again, another really good track. But holy fuck, around the the 3-minute and 40-second mark, this song just out of nowhere transitioned and just fell down like an Alice in Wonderland tunnel of weirdness. It just totally caught me off guard. Did not see that coming. Now, nowhere, that weirdness just subsides, and it's just like these heavy riffs are like all in your face again. And it sounds like the track almost ends with what sounds like a heartbeat or something, but tasty music, real tasty. Okay, so track number 7 just ended. Just ended with this gorgeous, just resonating bass sound. This shaking my headphones so badly. I think this might be the weakest track that I've heard so far. I mean, it's not bad or anything. It's just, yeah. But I gotta say, like, I was literally in a trance listening to this track and all of her tracks in general. Like I almost forgot what plane of reality I was on listening to this shit. Alright, so track number 8, "Simple Death," just ended. I really love the last deliveries of the line, the end of the beauty of it all, or something like that. Good stuff, Not a standout track, but good stuff. All right, so track number I'm losing track. Track number 9, "Survive," just ended. Okay, this is an immediate favorite of mine off the album. Like, whoa! At the 3-minute and 53-second mark and onward, all the way to the end, the song just explodes into this blood-pumping frenzy with the beats, the drums, and there was a moment during like the 4-ish minute mark where there's like this sound, like it sounded like fucking dragon was breathing amidst this instrumental going wild. Oh my goodness, just a beautifully eerie track. Oh, I loved it. Why aren't there more tracks like this one and the first two? But wow, truly gorgeous, spectacular track. I almost started like jumping in my seat. Oh boy! All right, so track number 10 just ended, and this was another favorite of mine. Great track. Seriously, the tracks that I really love off this, like, oh my god, I'll get into that at the end. But seriously, a great track. As the track was ending, I was like, oh yes. So the last track, track number 11, "The Abyss," just ended. Another favorite of mine off this album, and I thought it was just stupendous. She ended on such a great note. I love these strange, unorthodox sounding piano notes in this track. I also love that it just sounds kind of beautifully deranged. I don't know. Especially towards the 3-minute mark to the end, where it's just the sound of this violin going crazy. or what sounds like a violin anyway, and it just has this just beautifully somber vibe to it. Like it's just it's just like creepy but beautiful at the same time. Like I just love it. I love it. You know, her music reminds me of something like from Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross. They've worked on soundtracks for movies such as 2011's The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, 2010's The Social Network, and 2014's Gone Girl, the Ben Affleck movie. Her music has that similar vibe to those soundtracks, you know, really experimental, loud, really dense sounding music, just really moody, drony stuff, you know. And I really like this album. I mean, the standout tracks for me would be Carrying Flowers, or however you say that, Iron Moon, Survive, Color of Blood, and The Abyss would definitely be probably my favorite tracks off the album at the current time. I loved those tracks. My God, were they fantastic. She has such a great voice. Her instrumentals are just seeped in darkness. I really dig it. I'm gonna go with an 8 out of 10. You know, I wish that the other tracks that I didn't mention that were my favorites, I wish that they just were at the same heights as the ones that I loved, you know. Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling an 8 out of 10. I liked it thoroughly. I would be hesitant to say that, you know, this album is overall stupendous, you know, or that, you know, every track is a masterpiece or a near masterpiece. I wouldn't say that, but I loved it. All right, I'll be listening to it again and again and again. I'm still listening to those past couple albums like crazy still. You know, I kind of just jumped into her work, but you should definitely check her out if you already have, especially if you've listened to this album. What did you think of it? Let me know your thoughts down below.